Position. And for the Nuggets, out on the perimeter, it's Caldwell Pope and Porter Jr. Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. And it's Murray in at the point guard. This last chunk of the season could be it for some of the aging stars in the league, which Brent is kind of tough to watch. Going back to personal experiences, when did you know that it was time to retire?
Well, Kevin, you just know. It's really hard to describe, but my last year in Houston, the season finished up, and I just thought about what it is that I could do to still contribute to the team, and it really didn't live up to some of the standards that I had for myself. And so, a lot of deliberation, I felt like now is the time, and it's always very difficult to see.
And so the Denver Nuggets get the first points in the ballgame. And here is Butler. 6 on the shot clock. Lowry against Murray. Lowry can't get it to go. And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 3-point game. Porter finds Murray. Back to Porter. Here's Jokic. Good, and a nice assist from Porter.
Porter Jr. moving the ball well. Nice to have a wing player help to be a facilitator.
I think it's pretty clear, Greg, what the goal is for this Denver organization long term.
It's simple, Kevin. Make it to the finals. The Nuggets have never been there. They've been close reaching a conference finals on more than one occasion.
Here's Murray after the Heat pick up 2. Caldwell Pope takes to Jokic. The offensive rebound. Out of bounds. Miami takes possession. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Pass to Lowry. Inside, here's Martin, and finished off by Martin.
And you make the next pass. Nice job by Lowry there.
So for the Nuggets, their last game, a win against Miami.
Yeah, and with most of the arena against them, they just banded together and trusted one another to make the right play.
Yeah, and in that game, it turned into a massive scoring night. It wasn't so much about the game plan as it was establishing early confidence to get that win.
Here's Hero, following the basket by Contavious Caldwell Pope. Lowry finds Hero. Outside Butler. And Michael Porter is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
That's his first personal foul. First team foul.
Here's Adebayo. His last outing with 20 points. Now Lowry. Jokic with the block.
Yeah, you like when Jokic is this active on the defensive end. More blocks, please.
Nuggets have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. Jokic high post. Back to Murray. A 3. It's Adebayo with the rebound. And so Adebayo will bring it up for the Heat. They trail by 1.
His first personal foul. Second team foul.
Murray against Lowry. Loads it up to Adebayo. An emphatic LU jam.
That's everything you want there. Bam Adebayo up there, vertical, good hands, and a big throwdown.
Gordon dishes to Caldwell Pope. Lets the 3 fly, and they'll get another chance. Rebound by the Heat. Last time they met was in Miami.
Yeah, they came into that game a little flat for whatever reason and just couldn't tap into the energy you need to compete.
Yeah, and that score got a little bit lopsided, so not the kind of effort that they want to repeat anytime soon.
Timeout is called, first of the game for the Nuggets.
Well, he'll get to a wall to win, but sometimes Jimmy Butler can drive his coach up a wall. Despite that tendency, though, to embrace conflict, this guy is working.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Thomas Bryant, he's checked in for Jokic. Green comes in for Gordon. Brown, he's checked in for Contavious Caldwell Pope. And it's Ish Smith in for Jamal Murray.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley Here's Porter. An 11-point game for him in the win against the Heat. Miami. Back to Smith. The shot from the low post is good. In break last season, Butler and Spoelstra got into it on the sideline. We all saw it. It was an interesting moment.
Yeah, I think that's a good way of phrasing it. That manic intensity, perhaps necessary at times for a player who competes as hard as Jim.
And some changes here for the Heat team. Robinson comes in for Jimmy Butler. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Kyle Lowry. The Nuggets trailed by 3. Bryant with it. Now defended by Oladipo. Here's Green. The kick out to Brown. Over Adebayo. And he overshot that one, missing. For Miami, they've gone 6 of 9, shooting it well. Here's Oladipo, and it's Oladipo with the jam.
Now the defense head on a swivel as Oladipo had him in circles.
Here's Smith, and contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
And winning has become more consistent in Miami than ever. Jimmy Butler was acquired, made it all the way to the finals in his first year, and have steadily won games each season.
And he can't get the first one. And with the Heat, GA, they've been a consistent force in the Eastern Conference.
Kevin, lots of talent up and down that roster, from stars like Butler and all the way down to the role players. This is just a solid team.
The Nuggets have gone 4 for 9 from the field to start this game off. And here's the fast break. Love with a wide open look. From outside, off the mark. The Nuggets trailed by 5. Here's Porter. And the layup's good off the glass.
I'm watching Ish Smith watch his teammates. Great swing to the wide open man for the uncontested shot.
Vincent the pass to Robinson. Now here's Love. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. Jeff Green picks one up. And great for Kevin Love. He feels like he's got a lot of years left in the league.
And Kevin, coming off the bench should lengthen the end of his career. He can thrive as a bench weapon with that green light, and he's got that light to let it fly with that shot.
Zeke Naji, he's checked in for Denver. Jackson comes in for Ish Smith. Here's Vincent. He just could not put it together in that loss to Denver. Here's Love from the arc. Rebound by Jeff Green. For Denver, they've gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Here's Brown. Robinson pulls it in. Hooks it up for Adebayo. And he lays in the alley-oop.
And the coaching staff continues to impress upon Bam to keep exploring all of his offensive talents. His confidence sky high.
There's Jackson with the 3. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him. And so it's the Miami Heat heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up down here for the Heat.
And they've set the tone from the jump. They're looking to pound it inside and score in the paint.
And let's make sure that that selfish nerve doesn't get tapped, because right now there's great ball movement. They're setting each other up. Let's see if that maintains.
Gordon steps in at the 4 with Jokic in at center. Murray out there with Reggie Jackson. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the small forward position. That's the group for Denver. We're going here in the second.
And Murray, the kind of player that's earned the trust of his teammates to take that kind of shot.
And Lowry gets double teamed. Now, here's Strus. Guarded by Jackson. With the shot. Doesn't go that time. And it's Denver the other way. Back to Gordon. Caldwell Pope, left side. No good. That's miss number 2. He's 1 for 3. Heat leading by 4. Down low. Here's Martin. And yes, it's good. Martin's got his second best.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
To the inside. Jokic inside. Covered by Martin. And that one's good, Jokic. You know, it seems like we're seeing more teams, Brent, use zone defense these days. Not too long ago, zone was almost non-existent in the league.
zone. Even though there were zone principles in man-to-man defense, it used to be an illegal defense to set up in a 2-3 zone that you see teams doing nowadays. I'm very interested if the league does, in fact, do away with illegal defense and allow coaches to use whatever defensive scheme they need to do to slow up their opposition. It might do something in terms of producing more shots so we don't get stagnation with just threes all the time. We'll see if that happens.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Alder.
Thank you, Kevin. Now, Michael Porter Jr. was a top prospect in his high school class, but his back injury has presented a constant challenge. He says, it changed my perspective. I'm just going to get up every day and try to be better than I was the day before. If I'm giving my best every day, I'm good. Back to you guys.
Well, you hope he stays healthy. That has been a concern. Thanks, David. Gordon finds Jackson. Caldwell Pope for three. The Nuggets with another miss. Miami leading by 8.
Man, such a young, exciting core for the Nuggets. The MVP, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., and Jamal Murray. This group has a chance to be a contender for years to come.
It's tipped. Outside for Murray. To the middle. Here's Jokic. That one's off. Still out of sync.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him.
With Jokic, I mean, the potential play of this Denver team, they've got so much of it. But what is the key for them to actually reach it?
Kevin, simply health. I mean, they need Murray and MPJ to be out there. Those two have had major injury issues. Jokic is a generational talent, but the man needs help.
Denver making a switch here. Smith is checked in. And then for Miami, Bam Adebayo's checked in for Love. Robinson comes in for Caleb Martin. And Hero subbed in for Max Strus. Up again. Great positioning on the putback.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
And it's Smith with the ball. He brings it up for the Denver Nuggets. It's a 16-point game. That one good for 2. Caldwell Pope's got his second bucket of the night.
Yeah, and a knifing into the middle. Caldwell Pope, not just a perimeter threat. Young fella can elevate.
Robinson finds Lowry. Back to Robinson. And there's a foul that goes on Jimmy Butler. That's his first foul. And the Heat making a change here. Vincent's checked in. Denver's gone 1-2 on 3 quarters here in the second quarter so far. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Duncan Robinson. That is his first foul of the game. First team foul. 1:56 left in the first half of basketball. Here's Smith. It's hauled in by the Heat. Butler's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
The Nuggets trail by 14. Here's Caldwell Pope. Some solid defense from Butler.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
Hero on the wing. Wide open. The shot's good on the assist by Butler.
It just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement. Well, we know how Tyler Hero is a bucket, but still, lots of room for growth. Last season, the 6th Man of the Year winner, he really did struggle, though, in the postseason.
And that was the mobile one drive. Well worth a second look.
And when you're trailing like this, just focus on one possession at a time. Keep hitting singles.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge, huge play.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
And Greg, you look at the playoff shooting percentages for Hero, tailing off from his regular season numbers.
And Kevin, that's not uncommon for a younger player, but the playoffs are what matters. And to be a star, that's when you've got to deliver.
Doubled by Smith. Adebayo passes to Butler. Down it goes for his 3rd basket in as many tries.
It took a little bit of time, but now he's taking the pen off the cap and putting his mark on this game.
Jackson gets to Smith. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Back to Gordon. Caldwell Pope outside. Here's Jokic. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
That's his first
Jokic doing a better job as the years have gone on, just drawing more contact and getting to the line. That's a good thing. He's an over 80% shooter there.
For the Nuggets, Green is checked in for Gordon. Michael Porter comes in for Contavious Caldwell-Pope, and it's Brown in for Reggie Jackson. Oladipo, he's checked in for Miami. Good work there as it goes.
Well, Jimmy Butler can score on all three levels, inside, outside, and from distance.
Jokic inside. Adebayo on him. And the officials calling for a 3-second violation.
And that is just a deflating error on his part.
Yeah, he knows he shouldn't have made it, and that's just really overall a frustrating sequence that hopefully doesn't stick with him.
Here's Vincent. And the last second attempt doesn't finish. And so it's Miami. They're leading 15 going into the break. They've had such great ball movement and shot selection.
Thanks a lot, guys. With Mike.